The only reason we're all here able to luxuriate and indulge in so much sensuality and techno-escapism is because our ancestors did such a good job of keeping that sort of unknown at bay. But it's a double-edged sword. It means that we forget how to face the unknown. We view the unknown as scary. We don't realise it is the place for growth and innovation and newness, is to face that edge, even though it is a bit uncomfortable.
We need to understand our limits, and the only way to understand our limits is by testing them. But also, our limits aren't always set in stone. It's a moving thing. And the more that we apply ourselves, the more that we push ourselves, the larger our capacity is for whatever the situation is.
We have to really go deep and see what our true self is and give it back to the world and heal our ancestral wounds. And I think we carry many of them, and come to a strong masculinity that is creative, not destructive, but also not apologetic.
It was a mystery, so I didn't know what to expect really, but I learnt a lot, felt really connected to nature and all the rest of the guys, and yes, learnt something about myself.
Life is the unknown every day. We've been tricked by the routine of school and work and the continuity of, business to think that life is routine, and it is not. Every day contains the unknown, and by learning how to look for it and to face it, we can continually grow our personal resource.
I think it's been an incredible experience for the mind, for the body, for the soul, and trying to connect all of those.
The work with the warrior of the heart is in parallel or deeply woven into the work with spirit and nature. It's like they're three sort of parallel lines of study, and they all work together, each feeding the other.
It's become a real beautiful and interesting thing to see the progressions and the impacts of our teachings on the participants, but also the feedback, how it's impacted their lives, how it's changed what they do.
It's an incredible experience. I cannot recommend it to any man enough.
Going away feeling empowered and a lot more grounded.
Even small changes, your voice gets a bit deeper. The way you interact with other people.
Speaking from my own personal experience, it's life-changing.
One of the gifts that I received was being on this land and seeing it in 3D and wide vision, and being able to be part of the land, not just be separate from it, but feel myself in it. And then also just feel myself in a brotherhood of men. And that being what it feels like to be at one versus this kind of concept of being at one, it was real.
I've definitely found like a community or a group of men who have been through a lot more than I have, and it feels really nice to hear from them and kind of find out what's ahead of me.
If you've ever got self-doubt in yourself, or you don't believe that you could possibly do anything, come here and do this, because I conquered a lot of adventures this weekend, and I feel fucking great.
I've gained a family full of new members who are all strong in different ways.
What a special place it is to be, what a special place it is to come and experience it for yourself.
And I'll definitely be back. And I invite everyone to come and try it and see for yourself what it's like, because anything I say wouldn't do it justice.
If you're thinking about coming along to this, I would take that dive and come, because it's going to be magic regardless. And anyone who dares should make that step.
There's nothing to prove. There's just the celebration of the journey to be had. This is the discipline of the warrior, is the celebration of the journey in every moment. You know, that's what we got, is this moment. Let's get busy celebrating it.
That being what it feels like to be at one.